Friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist. I'm outside this morning very early. I mean, the sun's coming up, but it's early. And I was really thinking about something like the idea of our expectations and how they can really, really change the way we see ourselves and how letting go of expectations are important. So here's my story of how I learned that myself. Early on my awakening journey, I discovered Esther Hicks and I discovered Dolores Cannon. And Dolores Cannon had pioneered the technique of quantum hypnosis healing technology, or technique, where you're hypnotized and you go into a state where she gets in contact with your higher self and does past life regressions. When I first had my awakening, I was fascinated with this idea, and one of the greatest things I did for myself was buy myself the gift of having one of those sessions. I actually had 3, but we're talking about the first one. So we go into the session, and in my mind, before we even started the session, one of the questions I had come up with was I wanted to ask why I was here. What was my job supposed to be here on Earth? Before my session, I just knew that my higher self was going to say I was a healer. I was 100% sure. I couldn't have been any more sure walking into that session. But I had my session, and that's not what. When Vanessa, the woman who was doing the hypnosis, asked my higher self what I was here to do, my higher self responded with, she's a teacher. And what's interesting with this hypnosis technique is you're kind of aware of what's happening. So I heard her ask the question, and then I said the words, she's a teacher, without meaning to say them. They just kind of came out. That's what that's like. But me, the Erin here, I heard myself say that and I got really upset. Just have to stop and point out this beautiful sunrise right here behind me. Can you see this beautiful colors in the sky? God, how lucky are we? Anyway, so after the session, I was really upset. I was very disappointed and visibly upset. Even Vanessa was like, what's going on? And I said, I thought I was here to be a healer. I thought I was here to heal people. And I'm so upset because I'm a teacher and that's not what I wanted to do. Largely in part because I didn't consider teachers to be healers. So I went away from that session. Although it was a great session, I got a lot of really cool information. That little piece was a little upsetting, and I walked away from that upset. But what I've come to realize is I love teaching. I absolutely love the class I do on YouTube, Professor Brown Breaks It Down. I love having conversations where I can explain stuff to people. And one of my greatest gifts is having an ability to explain some hard concepts to people in a way that they can understand a little bit easier. That's what makes me a teacher. And through that, I'm helping people heal themselves. So my expectation of being told I was a healer held me back from celebrating the truth about myself that I was a teacher because of my expectations of what a teacher was or what a healer was. But our expectations here on Earth are not what it's really about. There's so much more to the world. So be careful about your expectations. Don't let someone else's definitions get in your way of finding out who you truly are. Think of it this way. You know how when your friend goes to see a movie and they tell you all the good stuff about the movie and then you go to see it and you're kind of disappointed because if they hadn't told you all that stuff, it would have been a surprise and you would have really loved the movie, but because they told you everything, you only kind of liked it? Or when someone tells you this is the best cake ever and you taste it and it's carrot cake. So this is just me saying, hey, be mindful of your expectations. Maybe you are the one limiting yourself. I'm just saying.